Okay, so this is for Computershare, also known as CMS Clear Value Consulting. This is how the offer looks in the email. You click that, it loads your orders. And in your orders you have either new orders or orders in progress. We're going to go ahead and take Wrestler, and you're going to first attach. Do you need to add any supporting documents? Yes. Click that, choose your file, get to the folder wherever you save your real lists. Double click it. It should show that it's right there. And then upload, putting tax record right there. And then load it. Once it loads, it's going to take you back to this screen. There's nothing else to upload, so you open the Forms portal. Okay, so using either the scrolling or on your keyboard, the little arrow, down, up, whatever. You scroll down and do your fill-in items. So as you can see the little red thing, that's because there's nothing here to fill. Each of these you can click, and when you double click it, at the top should come, it says no map image supply. Click the rectangle below to automatically generate a map. Okay, so I'm clicking it. For whatever reasons it's not populating. It says same thing for neighborhood, so double click there. There it is. That one should show, but it's not. I don't know why. Okay, we don't know our value yet. Overall condition, and here's those fabulous little drop downs. Just take each one, everything down the middle. Subject conforms, yes. Any code violations, no. 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 Okay. I went backwards, but let's go on the left side. Zoning. Most of these are going to be residentials. Homeowner association, we're going to assume no unless I find out otherwise. I don't know why it would make me put something there. If it's, especially if it's 0. Okay. So then let's continue scrolling down, and that's really last known sale price. Just look for drop downs. That's really all there is to it. Listed for, currently listed for sale, we're always going to assume no until we actually pull it. Transaction, traditional, listing status. Why is it asking me this? If you say no, it shouldn't be able to drop down. We're not tax experts, so we don't say whether or not they're owing. If we have to lean towards one or the other, the answer is going to be no for tax delinquent. Dwelling accents, those shouldn't be there. So skip those. Here we go. Now it goes to neighborhood market. Density. It says, where's this Tehachapi? It's rural. Predominant owner. Predominant values. Looks like it already has its own idea. That's too much of a difference, especially when you're dealing with houses under 600,000. You don't want to go past 150-ish or so. Just want a fair range. we can come back to predominant value after doing comps. Stable, stable, at a rate of 0. I don't know why that's pre-populated, it shouldn't be. Imbalance is the same as average. Typical marketing, 60 to 90 is fine. Vandalism present, no. I don't know where it's getting this data. It must be pre-populated or pulled from somewhere. So neighborhood comments, pull your notes. I don't want to change my site. Okay, so every time you upload something or change anything or put information in, I think it's a good rule every time you go past one of these bars, like, you know, the subtitles, that you click save. So I'm going to open a different thing to open the notes. Got the notes here. As soon as it loads, it should give you a sidebar options. Anytime now. There it is, neighborhood market. And like I said before, you want to put just any single sentence that makes this not a canned response. I'm trying to crop this, so bear with. Okay, that sucks. I'm going to paste that in. And I'm going to take neighborhood. And do my personal thing for there. We'll put neighborhood appears rural. There you go, that's it. No novel needed or anything like that, just a single sentence. Okay, this doesn't look like it needs anything. Let me see. No, if it's pre-filled, let it go. Don't care. Deferred maintenance, that's for any type of repairs needed without the inspection being done. We don't know, but our default is always no. I'll always check afterwards if I do need it. Here we're at the comps. So this, all the comps are just going to be, that's the da-da-da-da part where you just put in all the medium answers. Property type is probably going to stay the same, single family. Remember, you could always type the first letter of the drop-down choice that you want. Unknown, 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 unknown. Transaction type, we typically only pull comps that are traditional unless the client specifically asks for an REO or short sale comp. Transaction type, unknown for the subject. Owner, owner OC is typical. That's the typical answer, so we'll go ahead and choose that. Unless there's something that's brought to your eyes that tells you there's a tenant inside, you want to always assume owner OC. And that's assuming that the property is occupied. Okay. This doesn't really give you much choice, so we're going to choose ranch 1 story. Watch them all be 2 stories, but whatever. These are the go. Condition, always down the middle. Sales concessions. For subject property, we don't know. We'll look for the other one. No basement type. Garage type, don't know yet. Usually it's attached, but who knows. Okay, so we filled in the basics. Go ahead and save. And then down to the text area. And do it again. Data source, MLS, 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 single family, unknown, owner rock. Just follow this now, basically, is what you can do until you get the refined data after we pull the comp. Rock, owner rock, what? Traditional, single family, what's this drop down? Oh, so for actives, it's going to ask if it's active or pending or under contract, which will be marked as an A, a P, or a U in the MLS. So we don't know that yet. So this, when you fill out these or you're trying to figure out what to fill in, just look to the left and that'll tell you what's going to have a drop down. The other thing to do is look for a drop down. I don't know what that is. No. Whatever it is, the answer is no. Basement. Alright, the other drop down, don't use it. It's the basement type, so it doesn't apply. View, let's see. Residential should be accurate because no matter what, there's going to be houses next to it, hopefully. Again, those things can be adjusted afterwards. It doesn't really matter. You're just getting the basics filled in. Save. Now, on this form, the comparables are located in a different tab. Leave site. I'm afraid to. Make sure I click save. Comparables. I guess it makes you switch pages. I don't know. That's strange. So here we go with the comps. I don't know if you can sort or anything. Yeah, you can. So notice it turns into a hand rather than a cursor. That means by these things you can adjust them. I'm going to go ahead and double click GLA. I'll do it twice so I can go low to high, hopefully. Okay. Let me go over to the real list. Remember, never take the information that's up here at the top because that was put in by an agent. You want to go to the barred area that says characteristics. And there we go. Now you notice that it says gross area. That's because there's a garage involved. That sounds like the difference between these two. It sounds like a 2-car attached to garage. And that's what gives you this gross amount. Only thing you're interested in for the comping is the square footage and the lot. So I'm going to take this number because it happens to be over, 13, whatever. You can choose whichever, doesn't matter. Building square foot, 1711, 31. That's my two numbers, 1711. What the hell did I say? 1711 and 31. GLA. So you want to start with something in that 17 range so that you have an anchor. There we go, we're getting close. 1711. Somewhere in there. Glance at the price range. Oof. And you try to see which of these are more representative no matter what direction you go in. And it looks like they're all kind of right there. Now let's look at proximities. Well, I'm looking. Okay, here's the proximities. That one's closer and it's on the same street. 27941 and we are 27900. So that might be one of them. We'll make that, you choose the drop down menu, let's just call it sales comp 1. Okay. So that makes me worry that that area is super dilapidated or something, because as you can see, 121.5, everything else is kind of in the mid twos. So what I'll do is start to look for something a little less and decent proximity. There's a good proximity. Same street. What's up? What's up? Now that price looks better. Okay, so we're gonna take this one, dump the other one, and this one becomes our anchor. Copy that because we have the comp size 16.99, which is close to the 17.11, but the price range is more indicative of the market, and you can see that it's supported and bracketed by these other things. Whereas that first comp, where did it go? Where did our first comp go? Mind you, I'm new to this form, so I have no idea. Wait, there's green. I guess maybe we didn't pick the other. Who knows? Okay, so we did 17.11. We want to go higher in, I'm trying to see, in GLA, right there. So we're going to scroll up. We're taking our base at 16.99 to be our similar at 275, so we want to go higher. That's a listing, for fuck's sake. Okay, we could take that one. So we'll take that one, that listing one, and I don't know why, are they mixed? Is listing and, yep, it is. Okay, so we'll take that as list one base. It's in that same range as our S1 base, the sale one. This is L1 or A1 for the listing or active comparable. Everyone's selling on that straight. Might want to think about that. So, all right. So we've that with the listing comp, sales comp 2. 1700. 1702. So we're getting a superior, I'm assuming. Oh, there's a superior to me. There we go. L2. And L2 is under a mile. It's got similar GLA, a way higher lot size, but that's okay. It's supposed to be superior, allegedly. And I'm still trying to find a sale. Let's see, that 247, that's a lower GLA. Higher that, no, I don't like that. You see, I'm trying to keep the lot size closer to ours. 1702, Bowie, 277. It's in the range, whatever. So we've got 1, 2 on our street. And let's take the third one. Boom. Let's check our listings. We're only missing 1 listing. So, no, for fuck's sake, what did that do? Cancel. Yes, keep me signed in. See, at least this one warns you, especially with all that work we just did. Going back to comparables. I'm going to click save. Find one more list comparable. So I'm going to look right here just to glance at what else what is going on here. So little things that happen, like maybe it goes back to the first page, whatever. I want to go back to the comparables. Let's make sure we've got our chosen ones. I'm going to close that. I'm closing the other one. There we go. And yes, our information is still there, thankfully, so we don't have to go through that again. I'm going to take off one of the sales comparables. I don't know how to do that. 320. I could take that. I'm just going to fill in that. Oh, let's take over that one. Will it let me? So it allowed us to. All three of those are filled. All three of the listing ones are filled, correct? Let me see. I don't know. Can't see. So I'm going to click Save. Return to form. And that data should hopefully be populated into the comp area where you just did all the averages and all that stuff. And there they are. The addresses are definitely there. Basement type, it's all the same drop downs. Already know what this one, that is a 2-car garage, that's for the subject property. And then we can go ahead and choose the same for the rest of them until proven different by the photos of the comparables. Now that comp field is new, that comp tab thing is new, so I don't know, let's see. Let's do this. Let's click submit. So once you do that, it'll tell you validation things. Some will be blue, with just information. And then you see the severity. It'll tell you where the errors are. So report signature, you click it, and it takes you to that part of the form. The next one, subject neighborhood name is required. There it is. And it'll turn yellow apparently to atrophy. That's all I know about it. Then go to the next one. This is a cheat way where you can just click and it'll take you. It's stated as not having an HOA but frequency. I should keep that blank. I remember why I said, why does it have that? So that's correct. You're not supposed to fill it out. So and I have no idea where the HOA part is. Okay, whatever on that. Environmental hazards should take me to it. Subject environmental hazards is required. So notice it says subject. So we're going to go to the part that is subject, that's purple. Price estimate, subject front, order details. Go through the comps.